Thanks for staying with us at STL Live. I'm Sarah Bernard, and my guests are the ambassadors, Hunersen and Charlotte Gordon of Sofar Sounds, and we're learning more about what they're doing here in St. Louis. So we've been talking about this kind of secret subculture of house concerts.
Yeah.
Right here in St. Louis. It started in London a few years ago, and now it's been here in St. Louis for, what, about a year and a half?
Yep,
Is that
that's
right? Okay, so are all the concerts in secret locations or some public? How does that work?
Yeah, so every concert, you're not going to be knowing where you're going beforehand. We've had concerts in locations such as rock climbing gyms. We had a concert in a firehouse, and one of our most recent concerts was in a motorcycle shop.
And a farm.
And a farm, yeah. It's been a wild ride so far.
Yeah.
But you know, it's definitely possible for a random bypasser to happen upon a concert. But for the people that are signed up for the concert, it's always kept secret, and that's kind of a part of the fun and a part of what makes it unique every time.
So you have to, for the most part, you want people to sign up so you can kind of manage the numbers based on the location. Is that right? Okay, so tell us what's coming up, Charlotte.
Okay, so the next show is March 31st, next week, at a secret location, but I can tell you that it's in Southwest Garden.
Yes,
right?
that's right.
And it is in celebration of women for Women's Month, so I'm pretty excited about that.
So we can't know the artist and we can't know the location, but we can know the date.
Yeah.
You know the date and you know
time.
the neighborhood.
And the neighborhood.
And all shows, usually our doors open at 7:30 and the show starts around 8.
Okay.
And we can tell you it's going to be really great. The artists are super
Yeah, it's gonna be
talented, and the
awesome.
venue is very unique as usual. So
are the artists generally coming from St. Louis, or do they come from out of town? Do you catch them on tours? So how does that work?
in our most recent show, we had an artist that was from New Mexico. We had another artist that was from Texas, and then we had a hip hop collective that was from St. Louis. So
all in one show.
Yes.
Yeah. Part of the idea also is that once you join the Sofar community, once you do a show in any city, then you're connected to this global network of concerts happening throughout the world. So bands that are on tour will sometimes do a Sofar show if they happen to be in a city.
Right.
And it's just this really great way of kind of just growing the music community on a larger scale.
So we try to keep an even mix of local artists and artists that just happen to be touring through the city at the time. But the good news is that every show you go to, you're going to be meeting both people from your community and people that you could connect with later when you're traveling the country.
Yeah, a great way to meet people, especially if you're new to town or just want to break out of your neighborhood a little bit.
Definitely.
Yeah, okay, so March 30th.
March 31st, April 6th in Benton Park.
And then we have another show on April 22nd that's going to be in Grand Center.
Okay, cool. So roughly almost every week, give or take, a couple times a month.
Around 2 shows a month right now, 2 to 3 shows a month.
2 to 3, yeah. So a lot of it just depends on when artists are going to be coming through St. Louis, when a venue is open for us to use. So it's really just all these different pieces that come together to form a date that we can make a show happen.
Okay, all right, so let's talk about you guys a little bit. So, do you have a love of music? Are you musicians? How did you guys come, other than stumbling upon it? How did this come across this?
Man, music's been a part of my life ever since I learned the guitar when I was in middle school. A lot of us just have a really deep love for music. A lot of us are musicians ourselves in bands, and even if we aren't musicians, a lot of us just have a really big love for music. And you know, a big part of Sofar is that it's all volunteer. So you have to know that everybody that's doing this in St. Louis is doing it because they love music and they want to share music with others.
Okay, what about you,
Yeah,
Charlotte?
I'm definitely a music lover and just a huge fan of events and the concert experience. So that was a really appealing part of it for me. But who doesn't love just hearing all this amazing new music, meeting the artists?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And you guys are both at WashU. You both graduated from Washington University. Were you involved in music event planning there, either one of you?
Yeah.
I was in a band. There's definitely, thing gigs and finding different events to play and making those connections there.
And I threw events with music, and I dabbled in jazz combo.
You actually organized one of the events where my band played.
And this is before we even really knew each other.
That's cool. All right, very good. Well, Sofar Sounds St. Louis is hosting a secret show on March 31st at an undisclosed location in the Southwest Garden area. So that's all we know, at 8 p.m. that night. Doors opening at 7:15 p.m. Their event on April 6th is being held in Benton Park, and the event on April 22nd will be in Grand Center. The exact location of these shows remains a secret. For more information, visit sofarsounds.com/st-louis. There's more STL Live after this. Stay with us.